Hey, hey, hey. What's up, guys? I hope you can hear me okay. Um, all right, I just got to get this set up. This is my second live, and still working out the kinks, but I have a special guest for you guys. I can see there's about 15 of y'all here now. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Quick shout out, my bad. Quick shout out to all of you, Hori of Peace. I love that name, JD Boss for Life. How you doing? Jana Stewart, hello. Cherry, awesome. I'm glad you're here. You are awesome. I got to figure out how this mod thing works, but I'll figure that out one of these days. Maya, hello. Hello, hello. And Jana Stewart. Amanda Grout. Phantasmagorical. That's a cool name. Phantasmagorical. That's awesome. Paula Dupree, Sarah Sharp, Linda A. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming by. I have a very, very special guest for you guys. I know you guys have heard me raving about her on other streams. Her name is Alma Redacted. She is a spiritual intuitive, but I'm not going to take her thunder away. I'm just going to let her introduce herself to you here right now. Bam!
Bam! Here I am.
Here she am.
Yeah.
How you doing, Alma?
I am hanging in there, upright and conscious.
Yes, I love your energy. I love everything you do. So,
Yeah.
before we get started, man, I just wanted to ask you if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started um, and how you decided to do your channel and everything like that. Go ahead. The floor is yours, my dear.
Yes, I have a bit of what I consider to be underwhelming story because I am on the irreverent side when it comes to what I do. And you have some people that come to spirituality where they're very serious and somber, and it's like we're fixing to sit down in the pew and have some church. And it's not exactly my style. It's not the way I come across it. It's very apparent on my channel if you watch any of my videos how I come across. But yeah, we briefly talked about this before when we were kind of like prepping for how this was going to go. And also, please excuse my crackhead animals in the background. Any kind of ricky-ticky things we hear are macaroni noodles of my animals being crazy on the floor.
Kiki, come here, Kiki.
Kiki, stay away. I think the dog is chewing on a child's toy, which I will have to apologize for profusely later. It's just going to have to be. Right. Okay. So my story, how did all this happen? Okay. Growing up, I've got a twin sister. You met the twin before you met me. She has an actual structured YouTube channel where she is professional and has like 8,000 subscribers. And mine right now is like a 100 subscribers, a bit of a shit show experiment, but we have fun. We have fun. So it was kind of where she and I had very similar experiences. You know, we had paranormal experiences, lucid dreams, could tell kind of what was going to happen sometimes before it would happen, and would tell people about that. And they're like, like, how would you know this? Or well, just small stuff, not large scale stuff, just small stuff. And we never really thought anything of it because we just kind of assumed everybody was like that, or everybody had experiences like that. And a lot of people do. And our dad, we always played little guessing games to see who could win with our dad. So he was somebody who kind of inadvertently helped us develop this stuff, where we would be sitting there at the end of the driveway waiting for old Big Yellow, the school bus, to like come and take us to school. And he would say, okay, how many cars are going to come before the school bus comes? And we're like, 5, and we'd all pick a number, see who could get closest to it. And like then it started getting to where, you get good at it to everybody's like, no, I pick five, everybody knows it's going to be five. And same things like with elevators, guessing elevators, but just like silly shit like that. And then once we started kind of opening up about the things we were experiencing, we would tell our dad about it, and he would be having very similar experiences too. And my mom is a Sunday school teacher and sings in the choir. And so you would think that we got it from her, but she's like, I don't know about all this. I don't know, it freaks me out. And she was a little bit more, not standoffish about it. She's pretty supportive, and you'll actually see her on B's channel. She comments. She's in the comment section a lot. Yeah, I don't know if people know that it's our mom, but she's in there. She's in the comments, so she's supportive. But
like,
yeah,
bless your heart, child. You need to pray.
Yeah, you need some prayer or something.
Hey, we got some more people showing up. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to.
No, that was about the end of this long-winded thing.
No, you can keep going, honestly. But Miss Anthropy is here. I don't know if you know Miss Anthropy. She's amazing. Kappa, my monkey. She's here. Mando
I know Mando. Hello. Yes.
Hey, there you go. Hello. Hello, Mando. I never met you before, but it's very nice to meet you. Glad you're here. June Harris. Look, Phantasmagorical. I love that name, man. I don't know. Do you know who Phantasmagorical is?
I've seen that person on a stream that you did with Rob Rules, I think.
Okay. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming by. But I love that name, though. It's awesome. Haley Angel, hello. I just want to say hello to all of y'all guys. So, all right, back to you, Miss Alma Redacted.
That's pretty much how it got there.
So what inspired you to start doing tarot?
Tarot itself, I kind of had. This is I felt a very relatable story to a lot of people that find themselves looking into spirituality deeper. You basically have a dark night of the soul. So basically your life goes to shit and you seriously contemplate everybody and everyone. And so it's kind of I tend to refer to it as like my Lieutenant Dan problem, where you hit that point where you're like, if you're real, God, and you're just kind of like daring God to prove it. Right. And so I hit a pretty low moment, and my animals are so excited. Hello, dodo bird. I'll squint it. Hey, where are you? Right here. There you are.
Oh, there's a dodo bird.
That's a dodo bird right there. But you hit kind of like a hiccup, a major life hiccup, where it's like either I find some kind of meaning, higher meaning, or something that makes sense, or I am going to be like permanently broken by this. Like emotionally, I don't, you just have kind of you hit a wall emotionally. And so that's kind of where I decided to dabble in the tarot, like where I was like, I wonder if this is something that actually is real, or it works, or it would work for me and give me some kind of answers or help or guidance. And so I started playing with it for myself, and just doing readings for myself, and me and my twin doing readings with each other. And then other people would ask, hey, can you pull a few for me? And we started just doing that, and people would say, oh, that helps, that resonates, that makes sense, that makes me feel better. And so I was like, okay, well, if this is something that people like, then maybe I will plunder it. And so that's how it happened.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. So when was it creepy for you to start doing readings for yourself? Did you find out things were starting to happen, or?
Actually, this is going to sound like really neurotic, but I don't like doing readings for me, and I try not to do readings for myself, because what I found is I go into like super cataclysmic thinking when I'm reading for myself. Like, because you can have one tarot card. I can pull this one tarot card, and I can say, like, on a spectrum of positive meanings all the way to negative meanings just for this one card. And I had a tendency in my own readings to like read every card the ugliest way it can mean. And I'm like, no, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
so
hear you.
yeah, I prefer reading for others.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I think your sister said the same thing too.
Yes, she's worse about it
Yeah.
than me. I actually keep more of a level mind than she does.
Yeah,
She's the one that's
I
like, my
noticed
life is over. And I'm like, no, it's not.
that. Yeah, you're the more bubbly one, that's for sure. And
Yes.
if you guys don't know, I'm pretty sure if you guys know me and telling my story and stuff like that, my sisters are twins as well.
Mhm.
So I was really drawn to these two for some reason. I don't know why. Um,
Mhm.
well, actually, I'm going to tell my story about this. When I found B, it was because I was following the Johnny and Amber situation, and she did a reading on them like maybe early last year before
Mhm.
everything went down. And I found her video like 6 months later, and everything that she read was spot on. I was like, holy cow. So I started watching more of her videos and following, and a lot of the readings that she did was just very spot on. And then when you came across, I mean, she said she had a twin,
Mhm.
and then when you crashed her video,
Yeah.
which was hilarious, that was so cool. And then you know, found out you had the gift too, and you guys started doing a reading together. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm feeling it. And
Mhm.
that's when I told you guys that I had twin sisters. You know,
Mhm.
and you guys reminded me so much of them, man. It was such a trip. That's why I fell in love with you
Mhm.
guys right away. But then you started finally doing your own videos again. You
Mhm.
know, so that's awesome. And I got her all of her information down below, by the way, you guys, in the comment section. So if you guys want to check out her channel, she does personal readings as well. All that information is down there. You can check it out. But so you guys did this before too, right? You and your sister, like on
Yes.
Facebook.
Yeah, so we actually had kind of little side hustle business going on there for like 2 years, and it ended up kind of falling to the wayside because of personal stuff that got in the way of it, and like a
Boyfriends.
second dark night of the soul,
I'm just
so
kidding.
to speak, that kind of
Uh,
took that off the radar.
yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, like that's how you kind of know what you really want to do in life, or something that you're really passionate or inspired by, is the fact that all the challenges that come and knock you down and threaten to take it away from you,
Mm.
and you still somehow find yourself right back to it, and you can't seem to stop it even when people are coming at you from all angles being like, you're foolish, this is dumb, this is fake, this is trash, and you got all the naysayers, and you're like, yeah, it could be, but hey, it's too fun to quit.
That's awesome, man. That's the perfect attitude to have, I think, man. 'Cause see, mine was the opposite though, because mine was music. I always keep coming back to music, but you know,
Mhm.
and even though I guess through my situations, just beat down so much and all that bullshit. But yeah, a lot of people would tell me, yeah, you need to do your music, you need to do music, but I just never felt like I was good enough or anything like that. But you know
Mhm.
what? I'm over that.
Mhm.
I'm over that now, especially with this community here that I've met.
Mhm. Yeah.
So supportive. I started with the Johnny and Amber thing because of been through abusive situations and stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
love it. Everybody here is just so uplifting. And you and your sister, man, your attitudes are just so positive and enlightening. I love it. It's full of energy.
And I saw her pop up in the chat, so
Who's
she's
that?
here.
Oh, B's here. Hey, B.
Yeah.
How you
Yeah.
perking?
Baby A and baby B, there we are.
There
Hello.
you go. Hope you're
Guys,
perking
both.
good.
Yeah, you got both the twins up in here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, B. I don't have your information in the description, but if you guys want to check her out, it's B Lucille. She's right there. Just pop in BEALUCILE.
Mhm.
You'll find her.
And
She's
her
amazing.
channel is established.
Yeah, she's pretty pro.
Yeah.
Hey, look at us. We look like backyard type, just
At
chilling,
least
having
I,
a
I made
conversation.
my name like my real name and not Pickle this
And
time. So I got like one step more legitimate now.
I know, and I know if any of you guys saw that little 6-second video, that was my mistake because I was trying to walk Alma through the whole StreamYard thing,
Mhm.
and I was trying to show her the intro, but I hit go live by accident, and it went live for like 6 seconds.
Yeah, and
I
I
thought
wasn't sure if we were live, and I was like, let me hide myself. Yeah.
that was hilarious. I loved it though. That's why I just kept it up there. It's like whatever. If anybody wants to see that, have a laugh, have a little chuckle. Come on.
Yeah.
But
Oh my God.
I just saw Cafe is Donald coming by. I'm not sure, sweetheart. I think he's it's pretty early for him, but he's going through some stuff right now. He's a little it would be nice if you stopped by, but I doubt it. I doubt it. But I'll tell him you said hello. So
Yay, phantasmagorical. Thank you.
we're gonna have some fun, man. We've only been in this for what, 15 minutes now?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, okay, so we're good. We're
I
not
know
gonna
I was able to summarize my history. I didn't go off on too long-winded of a spiel, and that is difficult for me.
you
It's
have any
difficult.
you have any dirt on B that we can hear about?
Oh God, I got all the dirt. I'm telling you, I can spill the whole tea kettle. She's gonna be in here being like, yeah, she's gonna put it deep for deep if I come out with some stuff. So I'm like, no, you should throw
Yeah.
me under the bus.
No, you guys are awesome, man. Great family, I can tell. And B actually had her boyfriend finally come on after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Rico Suave.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Handsome Man. I got a man crush on him already. And then they did the birthday for the dogs. That was so sweet. You guys got to check all that out.
Mm-hmm.
But more
Mm-hmm.
importantly, B, we're here for Alma right now. Okay, so you guys go check out Alma's page. Look at the video. Oh, you know what I like? That just reminded me. Okay, guys, she does this thing called pick a card. Well, she'll do 3 stacks of cards, and then she'll put a different crystal on top of each stack. So you got to pick one stack. All right. But you have to be really drawn to that stack. Okay. You can't just change your mind through the whole thing. Make your mind up before you even watch the video.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're drawn to one, if you're really drawn to the other side, just pick that and then watch the video. Because spot on for me every time, man. I've seen it twice. The first one that I watched that you did, I was kind of leaning towards one side, but then I picked another one. And it was spot on. And I kind of related to the first stack that I was thinking about. But the other one that I picked was actually more spot on. And then the second one I watched, I think it was about, no. It wasn't about anything specific. It was just to pick a stack. And I picked the stack. And it's not always going to come out like, like you think. You're looking for some good news. Sometimes it's going to be a slap in the face, but it's a good lesson learned. So you just take it for what it is, learn from it, and apply it to your life, man. That's all I can say about that.
The next pick a pile is coming out in 2 days.
Awesome. See, there you go.
So the day after tomorrow, there will be another pick a pile.
Yeah.
And I've pre-recorded it, so I already know how it went. And it went down more lighthearted than the last pick a pile video. Because the last one, everybody was like, damn, this is dark. And I'm like, I'm just reading what I see. I'm just, hey, these are dark times among us. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Absolutely. But another thing you got to understand too, people, is that she's not pre-picking things. She's just reading it as they come. And these are not facts. Okay. This is just what she's reading, what she's getting from her spiritual guides. You take it how you will. All right. Anything that comes out like B says, oh, legit. Yeah. So, God, I wish I had some more questions to ask you, but yeah, I'm just excited. I want to ask you if we can possibly, please. I know you got your cards ready.
There.
I know you got your vagine beads in there too.
I have my vagina crystals. There they are. Chilling.
So should we ask everybody in the chat if they have something that Well, first of all, would you mind doing a reading for us?
I mean, yeah, that's what I planned on.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah. I'm beating a dead horse.
I'm here for it.
So anybody in the chat, is there something specific? Well, not specific. Let's not do that. Um, okay, well, let me do this first because I was curious, and I'm pretty sure everybody here is too, about the whole Johnny Amber situation. I don't know if you're comfortable with seeing stuff like
Yep,
that.
I can pull cards for it. I will preface to say, which could be something that people that are watching would prefer. This is like a cold read situation where I am clueless. I don't know a lot about the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard saga. I've seen like a couple live streams that you were on to like pick up little bits and pieces, but like I don't know a whole lot. So if I am describing like cards, like I start flipping out some cards and I start describing energies of it, and you're like, oh, that sounds like this situation or that detail or something like that, by all means throw out the context so that it can kind of give me like an idea, because otherwise I'm just going to be kind of like floating in what I'm looking at, and it'll just be what it is. But
Yeah.
we can do
real
it.
quick before we get started.
Mhm.
Let me see here. I just saw something. Somebody was asking what your Hori of Peace, which she's the goddess of the seasons of peace. She was asking what your favorite deck is.
Ooh, Rider Waite or Rider Waite variations. This is a variation. Oh God, where's my? There we go. I'm getting used to where my dot is for this screen, but this is a variation of the Rider Waite tarot. So, like the standard Rider Waite, I actually have it right here, so I might as well pull it out because card nerd. So, standard Rider Waite looks like this, but this is like the hippie trippy version of it. So it's obviously like pink horse and swirls in the background. It's like, oh, great. So y'all can compare. That was an accident. I love that. It feels like, okay, I've already got spirit on my side. Great. So normal one and then hippie trippy one, which this is actually kind of like a chill hippie trippy version. There's some in here that it's just like, wow, okay, acid trip for real, but Rider Waite is the answer. Short answer.
That's awesome. Cool. Good deal. Okay. So, let me see what people are saying here. They're asking about the who wants to hear about the appeal or the VA trial coming in May? Give me a 1 for the appeal. Give me a 2 for the VA trial. And I got it on slow-mo, so I'll just give you guys a couple seconds. Slow-mo's my style, of course, if you can hear the way I talk. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, damn, they came all in. I forgot what you said 2 was. What did you say 2 was?
The Virginia trial.
Virginia trial.
All righty.
All right. Virginia trial with my hippie trippy cards. We're going to do it. Okay, these cards are actually like too big for my little hands to shuffle, but we're going to just do like a quick kind of like amateur looking shuffle. I shuffled them before this reading, and I did my little vagina crystal prayer and everything else, so surely God's ready to talk to me now that the vagina crystals have been placed. It is what it is. So. Okay, now one thing I do sometimes do for people to kind of see the cards. Okay, making sure I don't dump my work stuff. I have a pile of my work things like behind me, and I'm always like, it's just going to hit the floor and it'll tear. No, Kiki. Now is not the time, Kiki. Now is not the time. Chantilly, you shall be moved. Okay, away she goes. Now,
you see what I love this chick, man? Come on.
Oh, it's random. Ain't none of it makes sense. Okay. Might as well. Let's get into this, though. All right. Information on the Virginia trial. So, and this is something, obviously, this hasn't come up yet, correct? This is something that's like future oriented. Okay.
Not till May.
All right. So, And now, one thing I did do before this, full disclosure, I looked up their zodiac signs because sometimes that's how I interpret cards. So Johnny Depp is a Gemini and Amber Heard is a Taurus. I do believe we're going off this because this is going to come up here. And yeah, B, Chantilly made a cameo. That's bad. So, all right, let's go ahead. This is the first card that came out, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Gotta say, that's not like a happy card to come out. This is something in the physical realm that is not coming through for somebody. Like it's not working out. So I'm gonna keep getting cards and getting context so that we can know exactly what this means and like who it's for. But already this would be kind of like a uh-oh, bad news bears type of indication for somebody with a legal issue. So let's see. Oh my God, let's not start flying all over the place. Okay, so I would like to get like say 6 cards to come out right now at the top of it. All right, second one out here is our 7 of Wands upright. This card, just in general, kind of speaks to people feeling like they're having to stand their ground. I would like to know if this line is going to be kind of like a Johnny Depp line or an Amber Heard line. Like, whose perspective am I looking at here? Because that's something I'm curious about. So I'll flip over this. Still not telling me whose perspective. We'll talk about it in just a second. I'm going to put it like right here. Come on. All right. Okay, we're going to talk about this as soon as I get the cards out. This is interesting. Oh, shit. I asked for 6 cards, but I'm getting 8. All right. We will see who is who in a second. But here's the energies that I'm just looking at right here, right now. So already I was saying that there's something here that's going to be a bit of a disappointment, I think, in terms of getting a result that people are expecting to get or wanting to get. Because anytime you're seeing this Ace of Pentacles in reverse, like this is the way the card is supposed to look. So obviously it's like, okay, God is holding on to like the fortune of this, you know, like, so whatever it is that you want, whatever outcome you want, it's like, oh, it's given to you. This is like, I dropped it. So this is kind of the feeling state of something physical or something with the trial, I would think, that's not coming together for somebody. So either the evidence is not, it's like you're having trouble getting the evidence that you want to put forward. Maybe certain things are not allowed to be shared that you're like, well, that's screwed up. This should be admissible or something like that, where it's like there's something that's not coming through. This could also mean like a huge financial drain. So this could be finances that aren't coming in. Somebody's not paying up something that they should be paying. But regardless, this is something of a physical nature that's not actually like computing or coming through. Right next to that, well, before I jump that, we're going to go down to, okay. This, I go fast. I get full blown like chipmunk on meth. So like hang in there. So that's this card. Clarifying this card is the card below it, the Judgment card. So judgment in a court of law, obviously we talk about like judgment and orders. So already I find it interesting that the Judgment card would come up underneath an Ace of Pentacles. One note that I will say, the Judgment card is typically like a Sagittarius energy. Death is typically a Scorpionic energy, but that's neither one of their zodiac signs. The Ace of Pentacles itself is an earth energy, and Amber is a Taurus. So she is an earth sign, but I'm not going to conclude that this necessarily indicates that this is about her. Not yet. I'm going to get clarifiers before I start saying stuff like that. But with the Judgment card being, Kiki, I swear to God. Oh, it's the circle of life. Okay, now that is her exit this time. Right. So the Judgment card here, though, it looks like a judgment is coming in, but it might not be the judgment that, one, people want to hear, or people are excited about hearing, or even the judgment that is expected. Because when this is upside down, there's something that just feels disappointing, or like, ah, shit, or like, why, or, you know, something that's going on in the court that maybe we're not necessarily privy to, but that doesn't necessarily, that's not really a happy card. But seeing the judgment card here, this is judgment day energy. This is, you are going to face the music energy. So something's not going well for somebody in a way where they're really being called to be accountable for something, or they're having to kind of like level up to something. Another meaning of this card can also be like having to go at it more than once, like this being like a not a reconciliation, but like a having to do it again. So I don't know if that means like a retrial or extensions or something like that, that's making this happen more times than you would think it should. It's like a some kind of a complication that's forcing something to be rehashed over again. So that, and that's just in this first line. So by all means, Gary, if there are things that you think I need to know as I'm rambling, interject.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Okay. So right next to it, though, we have both of these are wand energies. This is the 7 and this is the 5. We've got a situation where someone, I'm going to, maybe perhaps the top row is one person and the bottom row is the other person. Let me just see if that is. Let's just do that real quick. Show me a zodiac card if that's the case. Zodiac card. Who is the top row? Let's see if that's true. And if it gives me something that's like garbage or doesn't make sense, then I'll be like, okay, never mind, bump that theory. But we'll just see if there's an inherent organization. Wands came out on the top. Okay. King of Wands, obviously, that shows a man on there, and so you would be tempted to be like, oh, okay, well, then that means that would be Johnny Depp's energy, but Wands energy is a fire energy, and neither one of them are fire signs either, so it still kind of begs the question. So we'll just kind of, we'll sit with that. That'll be something that we look at, but that could very well mean that he is more of the top energy and she is more of the bottom, but we shall see. Let's see. So coming into this the second row, again, we're bringing this up. This is somebody that's feeling like they're having to fight for their perspective tooth and nail, period. So they're not being seen, they're not being heard. Their perspective is like the one that seems to be like it's most on trial. So it's like they're having to fight for every inch of it. And there comes a time here where the other person or the other perspective here feels like kind of a burnout energy. Like so many words were said and so much heated things happened that this almost feels like I give up. I can't do it anymore. I can't go any further with this. Like my fire for this has just burned out. So you're seeing people that are just really tired, but somebody in here is swinging a lot stronger than somebody else. This person is like, you know, I'm coming out with all the tricks in my bag. And this line is a lot more of like, okay, I'm having to face the music and I'm just burnt out from all of this. This is kind of like, it's not going my way. I'm disappointed and I'm feeling like I'm having to fight for every dime I have, every moment, every word I say. I'm having to put boundaries in place because my boundaries are being trampled. So again, I can't necessarily say who is who in this yet by the looks of this. But moving over here with these energies, this again indicates it's like it's not over yet. This is saying that there's unfinished business from the past. It's not over. There's still some stuff that people probably don't know about that hasn't even come to light yet. So I don't know if somebody has a trick up their sleeve, or they've got some evidence again again, evidence that might be withheld or inadmissible or something like that. But there's like something from the past that has not yet come forward or has not yet come to life, and it's something that's still kind of lingering out there, that this might end up being something that we're made aware of, but we might not end up being made aware of this. I don't know. But this is definitely like unfinished business from the past that's still having to be dealt with. And whatever this business is too, this is karmic business. So it's like if you did anything wrong, said anything wrong, if there's anything documented that perhaps you didn't know was documented or you didn't want documented, like that's the energy of this shit. And with the death card in reverse, it's indicating to me that this is not over, like not even remotely close to being over. So if people were hoping, hey, like, we did one trial, this is another trial, or, like we're just going to kind of get to the end of it. Somebody's, we got people that are tired. So it feels like, maybe somebody's going to give up here or something. Nope. Whoever is really pushing this harder is kind of like the more of the pit bull energy, and they're not going to give it up. They're definitely not going to give it up. But I think both people here, I think both Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are grappling with this feeling of, what are we doing here? Like, this is getting out of control, or it's turning into something even bigger than I think either one of them necessarily expected. Because I think that you can see almost like a flip-floppy energy in the top row and the bottom row, where you can see moments of like, oh, I'm going right back at this again. I'm coming at it with my second wind. And then it's like, wait, no, I'm tired. I kind of want to disengage. It's like, no, but it's not fucking over yet. So I'm going to keep up. And then and this one here is, first of all, it's like a very phallic symbol. So that doesn't necessarily lend itself to masculine or not, but this is a very assertive energy of like, no, I'm going for it, and I'm gonna go hard for it again. More wand energy. Wand energy is always that passionate, kind of explosive, I'm not giving up type of energy. And you see that go all the way straight across this. This is an earth symbol. So, which one, who was who? Okay. Amber's the earth sign. So if I had to guess, I would guess that Amber Heard is the bottom row. And because we have a man in the up here, then Johnny Depp would be in. Okay, Sarah's like, Amber is definitely the bottom row. Okay, so y'all are already, this is something that y'all have already deduced, and I haven't looked at the comment section in a while. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah,
yep.
this is the earth sign energy. Pentacles are always earth sign energy, so that's Taurus. And it's a dude on the card, so hey, that could be Johnny Depp. But you're definitely seeing, if we're saying that this is Amber, she is the one who is coming out swinging like a pit bull. The pit bull energy is what I'm seeing down here. But it is flip-flopping because she has a stutter. She has a stutter in the middle of this line, because these three cards are all about like, I'm coming for you. I'm not letting it go. I had a moment where I faltered. So I don't know if she takes a hit right here. And I say she might take a hit at least a little bit at the beginning, because if we're looking at Johnny's row up here, that's when he actually stands up for himself. Like, is when she's like, ooh, fall back. So it's like, take a good southpaw to the jaw, and then it's like, recognize, so she might have to like sit back for just a second. But that being said, if I'm being honest, and I'm a Johnny Depp fan. I like, I like his movies and all that good stuff. So it would be sad if things didn't turn out great for him. But if I'm just going off of what the cards are saying, this top row, you're seeing some outcome that's disappointing, that he's not wanting. too much money or, you know, too much time, or something falls apart that he can't clutch onto, and he's like, I'm trying to fight for my boundaries. Unfinished business is going to be coming out that could potentially be biting him in the butt, or at least not helping not helping matters with this. And for this card to be like, well, and it's not over yet, it's like, what does she have up her sleeve? Because I would be curious to know if there's some more evidence or some more things or something that has not yet come out that she might be able to kind of come swinging with. Because at the end of this line, these are our two energies that are on top of each other, with his energy being the 10 of cups and hers being the ace of wands. This is by far a more upper hand than this. I mean, just look at the picture on the card. I know it's hippie trippy and there's a rainbow on it, but that doesn't make it great. You know, this is like the whole family is like upside down, you know. Oh, once upon a time we were married and everything was great and the kids were like, you know, dancing around and shit was spectacular. But like now, womp womp, this is emotional upset. So, and this is honestly some of the lowest emotional upset that's even available in the tarot. So it's not little butt hurt. It's big butt hurt here. So at the result of this, like this kind of end result of this, you're having him, stuff just not coming together for him, and he's trying to you know, set boundaries and come out swinging, but the past is somehow or another catching up with him in a way that leaves him feeling pretty demoralized by the end of this go. Whereas her, yeah, she's going to have to face some judgment. I think that might be a little bit of what takes the wind out of her sails, at least initially, because there is kind of you're going to have to take some ownership of something. But even if she has kind of a lull, she's not letting go of this, and she's coming out swinging in a very assertive way by the end of it. And so she actually looks like she has a bit of the upper hand, if I'm just being honest by what this looks like. Upper hand does not mean winning. You know, in the tarot, we have the Justice card, and usually the Justice card is a card that pops out when it's talking about whether litigation is going well for you or going bad for you. So the Justice card will show up either like upright or in reverse, and the Justice card did not come out, at least in this short little spread that we've done, in the short spread. I say short, I mean, we could go deeper, but sometimes things can get a little bit confusing the more cards you have out on the table, because you're like, what am I looking at? But this is a start. Let's see.
Yeah, that's a great start. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, 'cause I know some of you guys want to get into details, but unfortunately, Alma doesn't really know all the details because she doesn't follow the case that you know specifically. She's just giving a cold reading right now.
Yeah, I mean, I saw somebody write something about Toronto tapes. Yeah, Miss Anthropy, I see about Toronto tapes. Were there other details that people were asking about that I didn't look at when I was in the middle of my, like, I didn't take a breath?
Tapes, and Kathy was asking about the abuse claims.
Okay. Whether the abuse claims are like valid or legitimate.
Oh, if you want to go ahead, man. If you want to do some readings on those questions, by all means.
Okay, and when we say abuse claims, who is alleging abuse in this case? Is it she's alleging abuse by him?
Yep.
Okay. Well, she's alleging abuse by him. Okay. And the Toronto tapes is that what I had heard, like a tiny snippet of in one of the lives that I listened to with you? Was that what was?
Those haven't come out yet.
Okay. So
that might be something that she has on him. I don't know.
Okay, so let me see. First of all, because I already have some cards out with my rainbow deck, let's go pull out the other cards just to see. Clarifier cards. I got more than one deck. I'm prepared. Okay, right. So let me go ahead and give this a quick little casino
told you guys
shuffle.
You love this girl. Come on now.
Oh no, this is chipmunk on meth is what this is. Fabulous. It's fabulous. Okay, so I'm not sure I'm going to get anything that makes sense, and I'm always upfront about my limitations and what is my forte as a reader and what is not my forte as a reader, because I'm not here to bullshit anybody or lie to anybody. So hey, I'm not misrepresenting myself. So we're going to assume again that the top line is Johnny Depp and the bottom line is Amber Heard. And so the first thing, the abuse allegation question. What was the question exactly? Was it like, is it? What was the question exactly about the abuse
Were we?
things?
Kathy was asking about the abuse claims. What about the abuse?
Okay, so are they like, is this something that's going to go anywhere or something that's going to be like admissible or
Yeah, or is it just legitimate?
is it legitimate at all? Okay, so we're looking at abuse claims. Do we have anything about abuse claims being legitimate or illegitimate? Let's go and see about this. Ooh, shit. Okay. The Magician. Oh shit! Let me just get another card before I go off on that one because I'm fixing to unload some feelings about that. Um, right. Okay. Great. So, so we have the Magician and we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So the Magician, if y'all can't already tell by what a magician is a crafty motherfucker that just comes out with something, right? And it might look the part and it might be like, oh, wow, cool trick. But what is it based in? Illusion. It's an illusion. It's a performance. It's something that it's like, it's just inherently something of manipulation. And so and so when I see this thing come out when we're talking about legitimacy, this does not necessarily mean that everything that is said is false. It does not mean that. But what it does mean is showmanship. There is a lot of showmanship here. There is a lot of like that narcissistic manipulator kind of thing, because the magician can often indicate a manipulative type energy, because you're manipulating conditions to create the illusion that you want to have created. So this is all about posturing, lighting, who's here, who wasn't here, what was said, what's the difference between and or, like all of these like nuances that someone just kind of takes it and runs with it, so it's a very it's very tea spill. So when it's paired with this card here, paired with the Eight of Wands in reverse, this is your classic block party energy, no contact order kind of thing, restraining order type energy. So so if you're wanting to know about like, are these things legitimate, are the claims legitimate, to that question I would say there could be a kernel of truth in the allegations, but I do expect some self-aggrandizement to be heavily part of these kernels. And is this something that is potentially going to be even usable? I think that there's actually a chance that some of the things that she says or some of the things that she pushes might actually not go as far as she wants it to go. Like she might be trying to like posture and make a point about something and push it and make magic happen, but this is an energy of full stop. This is an energy of like blocking or restraining orders, like I said, or no contact, no communication, like, I tend to think of restraining orders where it's like, you're not allowed to email me, you're not allowed to come to my house, you're not allowed to, yada, yada, yada. It's like there's a sense of like not talking or blocking that happened, a stonewalling too. So sometimes when I feel a stonewalling energy, especially if you're pairing it with like a narcissistic abuse, stonewalling is kind of is a manipulation tactic where you push out your point of view loud, 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 proud, 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 every tabloid that will hear it. all the while setting up the pins to where the other person's voice is going to be minimized or canceled and erased completely. So it's amplifying one perspective and shutting down another perspective, or at least tying someone's hands where they can't rebut. So it's like, I can say what I want to say and then I can put a gag order on you, or, you know, something along those lines where it's I play by a different set of rules than you. Could you not, dog? Could you block party? Block. I'm a block party. This animal.
You want me to take her out to go poop?
I'm telling you, that's every single time I sit down with these cards. She's like, the energies, they've hit my bowels. I'm like, dog, the Lord ain't got no time for your bowels. You're just gonna have to it's okay. I think right now she can't see any other humans in the house because obviously there's none here. So she's like, my mother is happy. It must be for me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. This time, sadly, no. But yeah.
Well,
so in terms of that question, I could always pull more cards, but I mean, that to me looks pretty straightforward. Do people want me to pull more cards on that issue, or do people want me to touch Toronto tapes?
Let's do Toronto tapes.
Toronto tapes. Okay, I'm curious. Toronto tapes, like, are the Toronto? Oh, I wonder, are the Toronto tapes coming out? I wonder if, like, I mean, because we already have this card out. If this card had anything to do with Toronto tapes, then no, nobody's going to hear them. If that was the case. So I'm going to put that back. Let's put it back. Let's shuffle again, just in case it might come out again. You never know. You think stuff like that's random, and it won't, but you just never know. So let's just see. Let's see. One more shuffle. I'm trying to be cute. Okay, Toronto tapes. What about Toronto tapes? Curious. Tell us about the Toronto tapes. Is this something that's ever going to come out? Are we ever going to hear it? Ooh, okay. Well, let's get some more on this. Toronto tapes. What was that? Something flipped. Come on. Okay, so we have three things here. All of these wands, man, that keep coming out with this. We got this passionate fire energy striking all around. But the first card that came out is the Three of Swords in the reverse. This is actually the most unhappy card in the entire tarot deck. This is an indication of obviously a heartbreaking situation, but this is compared with these two. Let me talk about compared with these two before I get myself too turned up in tarot, and the people that are in here that aren't familiar with tarot are like, let's fill in the blanks instead of jumping around too much. So, okay, we have the Three of Swords, we got the Nine of Wands upright, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So you might remember this guy, right? There he is, but here he is in the reverse. So if I'm looking at this in terms of Toronto tapes, are we going to hear these tapes? Are they going to come out? I am leaning towards no, but I'm not saying a hard no. This to me looks like if it looks like this is an issue that's still going to be contested, if I'm being honest. I'm not seeing a clear yes or no unless that Eight of Wands were to come out again. But I'm not seeing a clear yes or no. I'm seeing that this is something that is still being a contentious issue that's still being fought over. And if things did come out, I still get a sense that there's going to be some censorship about it, to where it's just not going to be, here is all that we have displayed out for everyone. I don't get that sense, because this is something that causes a lot of heartache, a lot of disruption for a lot of people involved. And so there's kind of a sense of privacy, or keeping things kind of close to the vest. Here you have I mean, if this doesn't look like a guy that's like trying to keep things close to the vest, or trying to like protect himself. I don't know what does. I tend to joke around and call this my Rocky Balboa card. This is like the card of the guy that's like been beat to hell in round 12, but he's still standing back up. And it's like, how are you still standing back up? You know? So it's like, it's playing the long game. And it's like, you're paranoid. You are tired. You have your walls up. Your guard is all the way up. And so it's like, there is something that's very much so looks like I am trying to keep this hush hush. There is a huge vested interest in keeping this quiet, not having this come out, not having this released. And I think it's because it could possibly impact a lot more people than just these two. But there's definitely some self-serving interest in here. And for this homeboy to show up in the reverse this time, we already talked about this as I'm trying to fight for my right to party, you know, I'm trying to fight for my right to be seen and heard and respected. This can be, I give up. I just flat out give up. So again, you've got like heartbreak energy, like I've just been stabbed in the heart, I have been betrayed, I have been done wrong, I am beat up and I give up kind of an energy. And so it does seem like this information is going to be contested, and if any of it does see the light of day, it's going to be something that I feel like is more watered down or redacted than what people are going to actually want or expect. I just want to see one more on top of that too. One more on this. Right. Fuck. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This is a full stop. And honestly, like the shorthand version, like Tarot 101, this means bad luck. So that's not like great, you know, obviously that's not great. You've got like the worst, like the hardest hitting card in the tarot deck coming out and bad luck, like all at the same time, you know, okay. There's just hard feelings and like fighting tooth or nail every step of the way here. So every single aspect of this is like beyond contentious. And obviously for y'all who watch this and are invested in this, that's probably no surprise to any of y'all. To me, I'm just sitting here being like, oh damn, like, like I did not realize that it could be perhaps that intense. But this is looking like it's the wheel is not turning in your favor. It's kind of like a full stop. It's not going anywhere. This is bad luck, bad news, that kind of a thing. So I would lean towards Toronto tapes not seeing the light of day, or not being disclosed in their full state. There's definitely some censorship and some hard won things going here. Somebody is really fighting kind of dirty with this. I mean, truly, there could be some shady things going on with it, but it's being battled out. So let's see. Was there anything else?
Oh, you're just getting a bunch of love there.
Oh, love. I'll take love.
Yeah, indeed. But I mean, come on, guys. I got to tell you the truth now. Alma, you didn't really know about this whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation until we crossed paths, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I hadn't heard of it at all.
This is just cold readings.
Yeah.
Cold
Yeah, I don't
readings.
know what's going on. I was even having to guess which one sounds more like Johnny Depp and which one sounds more like Amber, and y'all are over here like hollering like idiot. It's clear. And I'm just like, I don't know who's who. I have to rely on the cards to tell.
Exactly. And it was spot on. It was spot on. And you can see, guys, I mean, you got to take this with a grain of salt too if you're not into the spiritual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She's just throwing out cards. All right. And reaching out to her spiritual guides, and whatever they tell her, the cards just come out. And she just reads them. So you're just a vessel for the truth to come out. You know, which is awesome, man. So I mean, what do you guys think, man? I say, like I said, all of her information is in the description below. You can go to her channel if you want to get in touch with her personally. It's all in there. Hold on, let me see something here. They weren't there. Shady things like what? What do you mean, Kathy? Shady things like what? or maybe
Oh,
there's a
I was talking about shady things, like potentially shady things could be happening. Like I used the word shady in there somewhere.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't remember exactly what I said,
Well,
but
no, you're probably right because look, you don't know about this, but in the audios, Johnny kept telling her to send me the tapes, and this was
mm,
all about Toronto, and
mm,
she hasn't sent them to him. She's like, I will
mm,
send you the tapes, but you're not gonna like it. It's not gonna make you happy. But you can,
ah,
she said you can relish them, but it's not gonna make you happy. But you'll hear what I said, and you'll know what I'm saying. It's just there's a lot of shadiness going on there.
yeah, definitely. I mean, even on the Wheel of Fortune
Wheel
card,
of
you got a little
Fortune.
snake here.
Yeah,
Look at this little snake. But that's why I
exactly.
said shady. I was like, it doesn't look like it. You got a bunch of people not playing well in the sandbox, like all through this,
Yeah.
all through this. You got some nastiness, but yeah, I think it would be fair. Like I see somebody wrote Sarah wrote the Toronto tapes are bad for her, real bad. Like that, looking at this, it gives the impression that that could be the case, that it's like, because this looks very strategic, you know,
Hmm.
with how hard someone's fighting and when they start fighting something or when they contest something, because this is something where you can see that it's highly contested, and there's a sense of wanting to avoid further heartbreak or further upset, further hurt. So they're trying to avoid it, but they're not trying to avoid it based on like, oh, I'm pure and I'm wanting to look out for everyone necessarily. It's self-serving, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, does anybody else want to know anything? Any more context you want on any of this?
Context.
I'm sorry, I got the chat on slow speed.
I'll probably have to read.
Do you see the tapes coming out? That's what Jana is asking.
Um, if I'm just going off of this on a short answer, it doesn't really look like it, or not in full. That's not. It's kind of how I'm seeing it. Let's see one more time, like a if there's a yes or no on on tapes being exposed or not exposed. Is this exposed or not exposed? Okay, I'm not thinking so. Page of Pentacles in reverse. So this is like, here's your tapes. Fine, screw it. Here you go. But homeboy came out reversed. So this is withholding. To me, I'm getting the sense of withholding.
Okay.
I mean, if some kind of legal thing forced transparency and disclosure, maybe that would be something that would be contested at a later time. But so far, right now, I get withholding.
Yeah, this sounds about right. All right, look, I'm sorry, because Cherry was telling me we'll need some wrenches.
Yeah.
Those are moderated. I'm just now figuring out how to do that. So I got two of you so far. So anybody else wants a wrench, you let me know. You can moderate. You know what? I'm just gonna grab everybody and do it. So let me see. I'm trying to think if I have another question for you real quick. Well, I mean, you're pretty spot on with everything so far. But I'm wondering, is Amber Heard lying, or what is she trying to hide about the donating to charity?
Donating to charity. Okay, let's see. Donating to charity. Hiding donating to charity. That already sounds colorful. Oh god. Okay, so we'll get my colorful deck for a colorful question. Right. Okay, y'all are gonna watch me do a weird shuffle. Weird shuffle with my tiny hands. Okay. So let's see. kind of information can we get in terms of her donating to charity? What was the exact question?
Is she being truthful or not?
Is she being truthful or not about something to do with donations to charity?
Yeah.
Oh, shiza. Okay.
I mean,
Here we
I'm
go.
pretty sure we all know that answer, but I'm just wondering,
Let's see what
like,
comes out.
what are the details?
All
If you can give
right.
some context on that, like why?
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm like headphone users. Collective apology. The first card that throws out is this. Do you know what this card means? Tarot 101. This is the shady thief. Look, like he's literally stealing swords
There's your
and
answer.
trying to sneak out of the scenes, stealing swords. So I would say there's some shady shit going on with that. Right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cute look. I don't even know if you even need clarifiers after you do something like that. Is she telling the truth about the charity? No. No. This actually looks like theft. Did she steal money?
That's what everybody's saying. Well,
Well,
technically, it's she had I'm sorry, I'm trying to give people wrenches at the same time.
oh, you're fine. You don't have to. I can pull more cards. We can
Yeah,
pull more
no,
cards. Yeah.
but just to give you a little bit of context on that, with that first card right there, she pledged, but it was, and she said in interviews that she had donated, but now her lawyers are saying that she didn't because Johnny. Go ahead, read. I'm not going to
No.
tell you too much.
Well, so far what I'm looking at, you got a shady, shisty person here. So this is like a
Amber?
snake to shady, shisty snake. This is a thief. This is generally a deceptive energy, a card about someone who is a thief or cheating something or stealing something, you know, like that is the energy of this card. Now, right here, this is a Virgo energy and this is another fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sag. But this card, when this shows up, this is somebody. Okay, here we're putting light on the situation, right? So it's like shining light on the situation to expose it. This is I'm trying to hide it. You're trying to hide something. Again, this is keeping something in the dark that you don't want to have light shown on. So this again would be a second card that's giving an indication of deceptive energy or trying to hide something or downplay something, keeping it in the dark so that it's not being exposed. The Queen of Wands in reverse, I know she's a Taurus, so she's not a fire sign, but this would be a woman who is out of alignment. This is a female energy that's out of alignment. This is somebody who is perhaps even there's like a fundamental issue with confidence actually here. So somebody who could be destabilized and feeling kind of insecure and unconfident, which doesn't necessarily mean liar or cheater. Like these two definitely do. So like definitely, but perhaps this behavior that she might be showing is because she's destabilized. There's something that has destabilized her and put her in a position where she's this is kind of a losing hand being dealt right here. Dog, I swear to God, you're not helping me. I want to get a clarifier on the Queen of Wands. So why is the Queen of Wands here? Right. Okay. The Page of Wands. So again, we have the same suit coming out, the same suit, but the Page of Wands, this is somebody who is perhaps a little bit prone to gossip and a little bit immature. So somebody who might run their mouth a little bit too much. And it doesn't have to be for an evil thing. It doesn't have to be bad or mean. But when I see these two together, this could be talking about the same energy because they're both wands. But you're seeing her at least showing up not in her full energy, but attached to this is some other person. So I don't know if this is her energy or this could be some other person involved. This can be a card of children. So is this a charity? Is this, I don't know if this involves children, but this can be a card of children, but this can also be like kind of a bit of a gossipy card or somebody who's just a little bit immature or underdeveloped, you know,
You have
like an
no
underdeveloped.
idea, do you?
No.
No, no, you're spot on. It's very very much has to do with children. But go ahead, keep going.
Okay. Well, that's that so far. Okay, so if we keep going, let's see what else. Let's keep telling me the story. Oh, Shiza. Well, that's Lou. Let me get that. I have to chase it. Sometimes it makes me work.
Shiza.
For it. Oh, we're not playing together in the sandbox again. So this is the feeling of like cooperation. So perhaps this was a deal that she made. This was some kind of a thing, like maybe she made an arrangement where like this was agreed upon with a group of people. So it was an actual deal and reneging on her deal. And in a way where it's like, okay, you're not cooperating or you're not showing good faith or something that's like not playing well in the sandbox, but it is kind of like a disruption to a group or reneging on an agreement, a group agreement that was made.
Quick question: do you know anything about this at all?
No.
Okay, well, keep going.
No.
I know out right now.
Taurus, and I know that Johnny Depp is a Gemini. Yeah. So, and then this card that I got is the Knight of Wands. Notice again. I just want y'all to notice. Wands, wands, wands. You're getting so many wands that are coming out. And there's literally only 4 wands. The only other wands that we haven't seen here in terms of court cards is the King of Wands. He's the only one that hasn't showed up. And he was the one that showed up as Johnny Depp in the first segment of this read. So the Knight of Wands is this in a love reading, I call it the fuckboy card because it's somebody who pretends to be like the savior riding in on their horse, like, I'm going to save the world. I'm riding in on my horse. But whenever it's in the reverse, it's like you rode in with all these big promises and like all of this bravado that like writing checks you can't cash kind of a thing. And so it's like you're in and you're out, like at the same time, like, ooh, I'm going to sweep you off your feet. Oh, look, another hot girl, you know, like, and it's like, okay. So there's kind of this non-committal energy again. So again, it's reneging on some kind of agreement, some shared upon agreement. And perhaps even a contract. I don't know if it was a contract or not, but I'm seeing something it's a group agreement, and this is like professing that you're going to do something and be like a savior of sorts, and then again, not making good on your deal, writing checks you can't cash, kind of a thing, and disappearing as quickly as you showed up, or retracting an offer just as quickly as you offered it. So
I'm gonna give you a little bit of context real quick. Did you know that Amber's bi?
No.
So that's where those wands could be coming from, because you know she's the guy in the relationship.
Yeah, you could certainly take it that way. If that's something that comes up to you intuitively, do not discount that. That's the whole point of how you read cards.
Indeed.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's wands, or even the Hermit. The Hermit is a Virgo energy, which is not a fire energy, but even the Hermit's holding a staff. Like you got like these wands. Dog, you are not suffering. You are not passing away. Aww. Her supper time is in like 30 minutes, so she's already knowing this.
Yeah. She's digging her nose in that bowl.
Oh my gosh, yeah, in some of my videos. Clank, 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 clank. I'm like, the food is gone, dog. Dear God. There is no more food. Yeah, it's too much. I'm petting her now to like appease the beast. Yeah.
Oh, Phantasmagorical. I love that name. I'm gonna keep saying it every time I say that name, but she's a guy, so
Yeah, I see that. Well, she's a guy, so she's bringing the wand.
hmm
Somebody's getting the wand.
yeah, that's why
Uh,
she tries to play the guy in her guy relationships too. She tries to
mm,
control everything. But
emasculate.
man, I know,
Mhm.
so, man, we can keep going on with this all night. Now,
Oh God, yeah.
I don't want to wear you out. You know, I want
Well, I mean, this
to
usually makes me
respect.
like liven up, so I usually get more energetic as I go along, which is,
Ah,
another indication of this being something that I find really fun.
sweet.
Um, I do have to feed the animals and all that stuff, so by like 6:15, but that still gives me 30 minutes to run my mouth if people are not tired of
Oh, I'm pretty
running
sure
their mouth.
everybody here is happy to hear it. So I'm gonna wear you out. All right, we're gonna keep going a little bit. Can you? Because I saw somebody ask about it earlier. Maybe shed some light on Australia.
Australia.
Yeah, her with Australia. Australia is currently investigating on her about. Well, I don't want to give you too much
Too
information.
much. Okay, so there's an Australia investigation.
Hmm.
Okay, so an investigation Australia, because when you're like, tell me about Australia, I was like, is this still Johnny Depp? Like
Yeah,
at a
well,
moment.
it's more about her dog.
Okay,
So,
I'm gonna put my hair up so I can get serious. Get
indeed,
serious.
get it, get
I'm
it.
gonna sweat it out and be serious. I
So
am ashamed of my
basically,
sweat. All right. Mm-hmm.
everybody's thinking, and the word is she lied under oath.
Oh,
So let's see what happens with Australia.
okay, so we're gonna get
If
some
they're
cards on
gonna,
Australia and see what's happening.
maybe we'll see if they pursue it or not.
All right, I'm going to do another little shuffle because I didn't feel like that was done yet. One more of these. One more of these. All right, so information or context on Australia. So Australia investigation. That's kind of like the channel that I'm moving with now. Like
Hmm.
information on Australia investigation. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. What do we get about Australia? Tell us some information, right, about Australia. That's okay. Piscean energy. Let's go with this. Let's go with the. Ooh, okay, we got the Justice card, so that's the first legal card that I've seen that came out. And the legal card is actually upright. The Justice card is upright. So if this is an investigation that's on her or about her, or like if she's the one that's like in the no seat, is she the one that basically is going to be told if she's going to get in trouble or not? Is this like an investigation, like an actual legal investigation?
Yep.
Or something, because honestly, I know that people in here don't seem to be big Amber fans, but like the Justice card is upright here, which generally speaking bodes well for her, actually. But it is an indication also. It could just be an indication that justice will be served. But usually speaking, if I'm looking at this from the perspective of the person in question that we're talking about, so if we're talking about her and an Australia investigation with her, then this would be an actual good omen for her. But if I'm starting out, because I'm jumping ahead, the hangman situation, is this something that's been delayed? Is this like an investigation that's been like delayed or postponed like over and over, or it's taking longer than it should? Because I'm seeing like major delays here. That's something here about major delays and a waiting game, because there's two waiting cards. Both of these cards are waiting cards. This is like, we've put the work in, and whatever needed to be said or whatever needed to be done or whatever needed to be submitted, like it's already been done. Like all the I's were dotted, T's were crossed, but there's some kind of a waiting for the result, or waiting for someone to make a decision on something, or something along those lines. So there's definitely waiting going on. But the Justice card in the upright is actually a positive card in terms of like being in a legal issue. Or let's see. Okay, what I want to know why the Justice card's here. The world. The world. Okay, So first of all, this speaks to the fact that it is like an international issue because the world talks about like global stuff, international stuff, foreign affairs kind of thing. But the world card also signals completion. So it's like this, whatever this issue is like it's going to be a done deal. Like this isn't something that's going to be like unfinished and going around the block and around the block and around the block. Like once this thing once like the final decision or the final word comes on this, it is a done deal. Like there's not gonna really be any more room for debate or questions about this. It's gonna be like that's all she wrote in terms of this. Let's see here. I want to know more though. I always want to know more. Tell me everything. I mean, what's my lottery number? Okay, King of Cups. So water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, this is also a Pisces card. We have a Libra card, and the World card is a bunch of different signs. It doesn't matter. But when I see the King of Cups, sometimes this can be a man, obviously because it's a king on the card, but it doesn't have to be a man. But this is somebody who, or an issue that is one that's emotional in nature, but this is somebody who has very good control over their emotions. Sometimes it can be a positive thing, obviously you can read any card in a positive or negative way where it's like, you have good control over your emotions, but there's also a feeling here of somebody that could be like emotionally manipulative or perhaps explosive that keeps a good lock on their emotions. Like there's something that's emotional about this there's kind of a what's the word for it? Manipulation is the word that's coming to mind, but it's something else. Deliberate. There's something deliberate here in terms of emotions. I don't really know exactly what that's about, but that's there. Let's one more thing on that. One more thing. Why is the King of Cups here then? Tell me. Oh, it wants me to reverse things. Let's do that. Let's reverse things. Why is the King of Cups here? Okay. Hey. Yeah. All right. Okay, so this sometimes, here we go. This sometimes can be an Aries energy, but it can also be a Taurus energy. So, which she is a Taurus, so I keep that in mind. And here's another Cups energy, and it's overflowing. So, and this person, if it is her, because this can sometimes be the Taurus energy. Hold up, animals. We don't live in a zoo. You will live in a zoo. I will take you there personally. It's about 20 minutes from the house. Trust, we loading up. We will ride. They're looking at me like, oh shit, and they should recognize. They're just like loud noises. My mother makes loud noises. It's all the same, right? There's no respect in this household. No respect. But what I'm looking at here, honestly, this looks like this would be an amber card, and this looks like something that's going in her favor, in her way, something that is actually going to be like a positive, emotional kind of thing for her. So I know that this group perhaps isn't like thrilled about like good news in her direction, but if I'm just reading paper in the most unbiased way that I can look at it and interpret things, whatever this investigation, the byproduct of this investigation, once it moves, because there's a holding pattern here that doesn't look like it's going to be resolved quickly. There's something here that's like slowing down the machine, but we are seeing something that looks like it's going to be kind of a one and done completed thing that works out for her, or where she's going to feel emotionally buoyed by it, like something emotionally buoyant for her from this.
That makes sense though. Because basically, and you didn't even know this. It's about a perjury case about her lying about smuggling her dogs into Australia, and she didn't know, blah blah blah, this and that. So they did an investigation. They were doing an investigation on it, and they took it to a federal court, but it was probably not, the money that it cost to go through with that probably wasn't enough. So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, we shall see. We shall see. So maybe something. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, she looks like she's hanging tight in a winning position with that.
Yeah, because they don't really,
from this shows.
yeah. And
Mhm.
okay, yeah, a couple of people have asked if there's any way you can tell us how Johnny Depp is holding up.
Emotions and feelings and such. Internal readings are actually my favorite, as opposed to
Yeah.
the fortune telling readings, which not shading them or anything like that, but fortune telling stuff, I'm always like, I don't know. But internal things, because I'm trained clinically, I tend to see the world through behaviorism and such internal motivations and things, and that's what I actually get more excited about with reading. So it's like, that will be something that I will find fun. I do find it interesting that the devil card is on the bottom. I saw that. I was like, oh, devil strength, right? Oh, where is it? Where is it? There we go.
That sounds like Johnny. He's a Hollywood vampire.
All right. So let's see here. Okay, so how is Johnny Depp holding up? What are some thoughts and feelings and motivations that we have going on for him? How is he going up? Thoughts, feelings, motivations. Thoughts. Ooh. All right, this is not the happiest start. Let me get at least 3 out before I start talking, because then I'll go on for the longest. Damn, y'all, your boy is having a hard time.
I bet.
That card was actually the better ones of the two. Let's get 2 more. I want 2 more. 2 more to tie it in. Right. That and 1 more. Here we go. Whoa. This time, at least it's in the upright. Before it was in the reverse. Okay, so how is he holding up, kind of a thing? Right. So if we're starting here, we have the tower reverse. Honestly, this is when the emotional state of your world crumbled down around you. So here you've got somebody that like built this castle, but they built it on an unstable foundation and it just crumbled. It just fell apart. And so this is kind of the feeling of your world is crumbling down around you. But the only positive to take away here is, with this being in the reverse, it's kind of feeling like you at least dodged a bullet with the worst of it. And that honestly is happening here too, because we already talked about how the 3 of Swords is the most unhappy or painful card in the entire tarot deck. But again, this came out in the reverse. So both of these are kind of like your shit hit the fan in the worst way possible kind of cards. But yet it's like you could see some of it coming, so you were able to course correct and make a bit of an adjustment so that it didn't happen quite at a 10. So if a 10 was the ugliest it could get, it's like you caught it at a 7. So it's like it still hurts. It still hurts. It still sucks. It's still extremely disorienting and can really knock you down on your ass and send you for a whirlwind. But it's like it could have been worse. It could have been worse, but it's still hard. So honestly, that is, that's not happy to see if you're looking for how somebody's feeling or how they're holding up. A positive here in the midst of this is that it's like, I think he's going to feel more comfortable telling his side of the story now, because it's like the first card, this is the order of it. This is the order of operations, y'all. The order of operations. It goes like this. It starts out with, my world fell apart and crumbled around me, which hurt like shit, but I'm getting over it. And now I'm starting to find my voice again. So it's kind of the progression that we're seeing here. So it's like he's starting to get into a place now where I think he's going to be finding his voice more, or feeling more confident about communicating and putting his stance forward. I'm getting the feeling here that in the past, he might have been more of the mum's the word type, and she might have been more of the like, I'm going to say my part loud and proud and make sure everybody knows it. I'm going to put the narrative out there and I'm going to get a head start on the narrative, right? Whereas he was the one that was kind of like, I don't want to inflame the beast. I don't want to make anything worse than it already is. So I'm going to try and see if I can ignore it or be quiet or not feed the monster. Maybe it won't get bigger. But in so doing, his perspective got kind of lost or hidden or like, swept under the rug here in a way that was very painful for him. And where I think he was probably feeling that his perspective was not being represented, or at least not represented accurately. But here it is. It looks like he's kind of coming into a place where he's able to speak up or get his word out or get his point of view out there. The bottom row, I still get this feeling that he's kind of torn, because here we have, here, look at Our Lady. She's got two swords, two paths. There's two paths. There's two mental wormholes, it looks like, that he could go down. So it doesn't look like his mind is like free and clear. It looks like he's in a place where he wants to talk, but it does look like he's kind of at this crossroads where he's having to take the blindfold off and really look at reality for what it is, not what he wants it to be, or what he wishes it was instead, or what, it should be this, it's supposed to be that. Like, no, none of that. It's like, no, you're actually having to come face to face with reality and what is the ugly that you're looking at. And it's a crossroads where you're mentally having to choose how you're going to show up. How are you actually going to show up? So this feels kind of like, are you going to be the victim or are you going to be the survivor? Are you going to be somebody who right fights, or are you going to be somebody who moves more in the direction of a solution? So it looks to me like there's some kind of a decision, and it's a mental decision that he's going to have to be making. I don't know if that's something that's public or going to be public. I am curious, though, with this Ace of Pentacles here. It looks like part of this decision-making process is about his money, and his money being something that could possibly keep the peace. This almost has a feeling of like buying your way out of it. Not buying your way out of it in necessarily a shallow way or a way to like to shirk responsibility. That's not what I mean, but this does kind of look like money talks is what it kind of looks like. It looks like it's going to take money. It's going to take resources. It's going to take something very physical to kind of get him out of the position he's in and put him into a more peaceful situation. So I don't know if he owes money or he hasn't fronted up as much money as he's going to need to, but here it does look like there is a call for money. It also looks like he might be let off the hook a little bit financially as well, though, honestly. Like, it's possible that money could come to him that he wasn't aware of, or if there was money that was withheld to him before, then it's something that's going to come through for him now. Now that he's through one thing, it's going to be something that comes through. But I would be curious to know what the mental issues, the mental choices are for him. But yeah, he's been through some stuff. Tax money, perhaps tax money. This could very well be tax money. I mean, it very well could be.
Girl, you don't even know how spot on you are right now. And I know you just made a lot of people happy with that reading for our boy Johnny.
Well, this sounded sad up here, but this was good. Yeah, this is good.
Yeah. So, oh my God, man, there's people coming in and going. General Resides here. What's up, my brother? But I just want to say, guys, God, I mean, how great is she? Right here.
Oh yeah. All right.
How great is she? And it's almost kind of scary how spot on she is sometimes. But you just got to embrace it, man. You just got to embrace that spirituality, the love, the gift, and she has it. So please, I got her information in the thing below. I'm not a big time YouTuber or anything like that, but in the description, her channel's there. The way you can get a hold of her if you want to do a personal reading with her. I mean, she's an amazing woman. So just You guys show us some love. Can I get some love hearts from Miss Alma Redacted in there? Everybody give,
Obligatory hearts. Obligatory hearts. Let's see them.
yeah. Let's see there it is. Let's see the love hearts for the pickle, the peculiar
Yeah.
pickle.
Peculiar pickle. Yeah.
And she's got the green on too tonight. So that's
My pickle green. That was not intentional. This is a pajama
yeah.
shirt. I am also wearing pajama pants. I am wearing my pajama socks. I am firmly in pajamas head to toe.
I'm not wearing any pants right now. It's because I'm
Uh-oh.
up. So, and I'm not going to show you though. Oh, look at the love hearts. Look at them. Look
Yay,
at them.
obligatory love hearts.
Yes.
Ooh, kitty love hearts too. I appreciate that, Laura. That's good. Yes.
Look at that. Yeah. So please subscribe to her channel. Show us some love. And we got about 15 more minutes, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, technically, 15 more minutes before I have to shut up. I mean, I can always go if people are like, chipmunk, it's enough. I mean, I get that because some people are like, my ears need to decompress and bleed because I get the boop, 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 boop. I know, and I cuss like a sailor. So some people are just like, too many four-letter words.
You don't have to worry about that on my channel, man. We love that shit. But hey, I'm wondering, look at all these love hearts. Oh my God, you're getting so much love
hearts. Ooh, I'm feeling it.
So,
dog, it's enough. You get your food.
Oh.
She's so not starved. She's so not.
She's just feeling the love. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
She wants some of that too. Now, how about this, people? How about we do just like a quick, if you don't mind, Alma, if you don't mind, just a quick overreading of a full Zodiac.
Zodiac?
For
all y'all get to be on blast.
Yeah, everybody gets to be on blast. So
everybody wants to be on blast.
Take it with a grain of salt, people.
Okay, let's see here.
Good or bad, just learn something from it. So that's what we're gonna do. Zodiac reading for the next however long you want.
All right. Well, let's see here because there's 12 zodiacs. So even if I only spent 2 minutes on each zodiac, that's 24 minutes. So if I only said like 60 seconds on each zodiac sign, then it's not going to be a lot of content, but it's going to be oh, that's coming out again. The kids. Think about the kids. It's coming out.
All right.
All right. So I am going to.
I'm going to get ahead of there so they can see the.
Yep. So what I'm going to do is just pick out. So we'll go ahead and start with Aries. So I don't know if there's any Aries in the room. If there are people if you are an Aries or an Aries, go ahead and roll call yourselves. But okay, so Aries, perhaps you are in a situation where you are feeling a little bit left out in the cold. Perhaps somebody might be keeping you at arm's length. I don't know if it's a situation where you feel like, your honeyboo's keeping you at arm's length or your boss is pushing you out or somehow it's feeling like, there's something that you are very well aware of that you're lacking, but you're wanting to be in a position where it's like you can take care of something. So this can also be like a stay-at-home mom energy, so it's like you're kind of stuck in this position where you feel like you're having to run the world or you're having to be the person that's kind of like championing something physical and like keeping the boat afloat, keeping the family alive, but it's like maybe overworked and underpaid kind of a feeling because there's something where you're feeling like, I'm getting left out or people aren't giving to me as much as I'm giving to them. So it's like you're showing up and you're putting it in there and you're doing the work and it's like, hello, who forgot about me though? And so honestly, that's what I'm seeing for Aries people. Dog, you know what I'm seeing for you? I'm seeing a life in a new home, perhaps a bigger house, perhaps like children that can play with you. I don't know. Okay, Taurus people. So for our Taurus people in the room, all right, Taurus people, y'all feel like y'all are juggling something. Ooh, juggling something that is unfair. So we've got the Two of Pentacles and the Justice card. Also, Taurus, you may be dealing with a Libra. I don't know if you are or not, but here we see Taurus people that feel like they're having to juggle too many things. Perhaps you have too many responsibilities, too many spinning plates, and it feels like it's only a matter of time before you drop them all and they shatter, honestly. And honestly, if I'm looking at this, if I'm giving you a word of advice to any Taurus people that might be in here, I would suggest that you do find a way to get rid of some of these projects or whatever it is that you're juggling. Something's got to give, and I would let a few of these go, because from the looks of it, you might actually have an outcome that you don't really want, something that will end up feeling like I just dropped all the plates. So unless you want to feel an upset or you want to feel like shortchanged or something unfair, I would delegate. So that would be the Taurus people. Also, you have more than just your sun sign, but that's not something that people in the room have to worry about, but you have more, so you can watch more than one reading. All right, things are slinging. I need to just specifically say Gemini people. What do we have for Gemini, right? Okay, 2 cards. We have Gemini. There might be something that is not coming towards you that you want it to, well, actually, no, let me rephrase. I was going to say there's something coming towards you that you want it to come towards you, but no, you don't. Somebody is taking their damn time, and perhaps that is something that you're feeling bent out of shape about, like something that maybe the thing that you want, Gemini, is not coming towards you, but there's something here that you don't want that's here. It's like the option that is here, you don't want that, but the option that you can't have, that's what you wanted. Perhaps. And Gemini, you could be dealing with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Don't know if you are or not. This is also a Cancerian energy, can be a Cancerian energy. But yeah, Gemini, that's kind of what I'm seeing, is that there might be something that you're the thing that you're wanting, or the thing that you're expecting or looking towards, that's something that's at a stop. It's not going anywhere. It's not coming into you, and you might be feeling a little bit bah humbug about it, honestly, a little bit bent out of shape about it. And it's possible that you could be almost sabotaging an opportunity that you have, because you're kind of turning your nose to it because it wasn't what you wanted. It wasn't the option that you wanted. So you might be perhaps turning your nose to something that would actually be good for you. So at least just pause, think about it, reevaluate it before you make any final decisions on that. So that's our Cancer, or that's our Gemini people. So Cancer energy is next. What do we have? Okay, for our Cancerians, that was fast. Did another thing flip? No. Cancerians, what do we have for our Cancerians? Oh, Cancer, you went through some hard stuff, didn't you? That's clear as day. Okay, you're tired. You're tired of the fighting. I mean, it looks like whatever fight was going on, it's over, or at least you put a stop to it. If you didn't put a stop to it, then at least it's over. But you just got out of something where there might have been some conflict energy, some kind of tense energy, Cancer. And Cancers aren't happy with tense energy, because you want things to be pretty harmonious. It's not like you want to have to pop off, so it's kind of like, eh. So this is something where it's like you went through it. It's like finally it's starting to clear up. Any kind of brain fog that you might have been going through, that's starting to clear up. God forbid in this argument you were being gaslit. God forbid. But if you were in a situation where somebody was trying to rewrite history on you a little bit, and you're kind of being like, that's not how it went, and that's not what I said, and we're not gonna but there is kind of like being tired, being mentally over it, being any kind of tension, any kind of fighting, any kind of disagreements. It's like, I'm over it. But yet you don't feel like you came out the winner in this, or at least, even if there might not be a winner, it might not be just as simple as win or lose. It's like you're feeling kind of like the loser out of this. It's like, I don't feel like I won that. I don't feel victorious in this. Like the wind was kind of taken out of my sails, or at least your internal fire. There almost feels like a dampening of it. So this is kind of just like a low, heavy, like, almost that depression energy of it being like, God, it hurts. I would just assume stay in the bed if I had the option. Is kind of how it feels. So I see that for our Cancerian people. That doesn't mean it's going to last forever. Dear God, y'all. Doesn't mean it's going to last forever. All right, Leo. So we have Leo people. Any Leo people? Okay. Well, 2 cards came out. Let's go ahead and go for it. Leo people. Knight of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this is Aries, Leo, Sag. So this could be talking about you, but you could also be dealing with another fire sign, another Aries, Leo, Sag. But it looks like there's something that you're wanting to go like full steam ahead towards. Like maybe you have like this passionate idea, or there's something that like an inspirational thought, or something that you're wanting to for it to go. But there's a bit of a hiccup here. There's a bit of a hiccup. So I don't know if it has to do with a lockdown or something in the home and family life is stuck or stagnant. I don't know, perhaps if there's even like a divorce situation that's going on, or, like you and the spouse are fighting, or like you and the kids are having some words or something. But there kind of seems like that energy where like, you have something to say, and there's something that's important that needs to be said, or something that's important that needs to be done, but there's some kind of a hiccup on the home and family front, or even perhaps on money, that makes it hard for you to take this compulsion that you have and kind of run with it. So I'm thinking something finances, something perhaps career related. This is the kind of the feeling that I'm getting here, but it doesn't mean that that's gonna last forever. I do see that you've got like a passion for this, or something. There's something good that's gonna happen here, but there's the physical stuff. Perhaps the money part is like that's something that has to come together first to make this happen, or something in the home and family needs to shift before this can take off. So that's Leo. All right, so let's do one for Virgo. Hello, Virgo. Okay, slap me in the face. I don't take offense. I'm sorry about it, Virgo. Damn. Okay. Virgo. So some of y'all, honestly, I'm just going to go with a love reading for Virgo. So if there's y'all in here that don't want this to be a romantic reading, then try to twist this in a platonic way and take it. But I have to look at this is romance here. Okay. That's all I got to say. So you look like you are in the mood for love. You ready for love. You're here for it. It's something I want. I want partnership. I want my heart to overflow. The hopeless romantic. I'm feeling myself. There's this feeling of like, that's what I want. But there's a bit of a doubt here that you will actually find it, or that you can have it, or that you can keep it once you have it. There might be a little bit of trouble in paradise. So you have an idea of it's like, this is what I want. And either it is that you are partnered up and it's not clicking though. It's like, this is the idealized thing of what I want. So I've got like Hallmark in my head, but I've got hell in my actual reality. So it's like, there could be a disjunct like that. Or if you're not partnered, if you're in like a situation where you're like, hashtag single life, it would be a situation where actually you perhaps could be of two minds, where it's like one part of you is like, I'm so ready for a relationship. I just want a boo thing. And then you're like, ew, don't talk to me. And it's like, come on now, like, which is it going to be? Like, are you open or are you not? Like, are you in it or are you not? So there's a little bit of a two minds of it, but it does look like there's something that perhaps is coming in, or something that is good on the love front, something that feels really good and rewarding, and maybe you just don't want to talk about it yet. So it's like, maybe I found a little boo thing, but we're not ready to be Facebook official yet. That can also be something that's here, but I am seeing something love related for our Virgo people. Okay, so Libra is next. What do we have for Libra? All right, Libra. Libra's like, don't call on me. Don't call on me in the classroom. I'm going to leave the meeting. I'm going to hit the X if you call on me. That's Libra. Libra has left the chat. All right. Okay. So we're just picking for you. There we go. All right. Maybe that's why Libra wanted to leave the chat. Okay. So perhaps you're with somebody, again, if this is a love reading, perhaps you're with somebody that feels like you've known them your whole life. This is someone you've got a lot of history with, or they feel like you've had past lives with them, but it's like now it feels like you're the only one in the relationship. It feels one-sided. It feels like you're having to drive the boat all by yourself. It could also be a situation where there's unfinished business from the past, that is coming towards you and you're feeling burdened by it. So I don't know if you are dealing with a lot of stuff that's in the past, people, places, things. It could be anything from the past that is not yet dealt with, not yet sorted. I don't know if it could be like trauma that you're trying to heal and you feel burdened by the trauma. I don't know if it's like you could even just be like the executor to somebody's will. And it's like there's just too many legal things to parse and sort and fix, you know, but there's like something that's like past or history related that's draining you emotionally and has you feeling like I'm at the end of my rope, and it's either I delegate and I try to get somebody to step up and like help me with these tasks, or it's like I'm just not going to be able to do it anymore. I can't push this pace anymore. Just can't push it anymore. So that's what I'm seeing for Libra. It looks like kind of a bit of a hard time. All right, let's see here. Scorpio. What do we have for our Scorpio peeps? Scorpio peeps. Oh, shiza. All right, fine. Let's do this. No, Squimmet. No, you're interrupting Scorpio. Scorpio will cut a bitch too. Don't play with Scorpio. Scorpio will cut a bitch. Okay, so we have 4 swords in reverse, the Chariot in reverse. Scorpio, you also somebody that's coming out with mixed signals. Scorpio, what's going on with you? Okay, so it's like in one breath, it's like I'm so tired of just sitting around on the couch or sitting on my ass. It's like I'm tired of thinking about it. I'm tired of dreaming about it and daydreaming about it. I'm ready to just go out and do it already. I'm just ready to go ahead and do it. But just kidding. It's kind of the way it feels. This is kind of like either I don't know how, or something's in my way. Something is making it where you aren't going forward with it though. So it's like on one hand, you're tired of it just being a thought and you're ready to put something into action, but you are not doing anything with it. So it's like, are you just like waiting to hype yourself up, or like, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but you are both start and stop in the same breath. And technically it looks more like you're doing this to yourself as opposed to an external force doing it to you. Perhaps you're doing it to yourself, but it could be like you're raring to go and somebody else isn't letting you go. This does feel like it could be kind of a karmic thing though, which is why I tend to say like Scorpio might be a little bit responsible for this mixed minds thing going on, because it looks like there might be some kind of internal, I'm not good enough, I'm defective, or I'm deficient, or like if I were to do it, it would end in failure, or like there's some kind of like internal dialogue or some karmic thing that might be making you stop when you've got something you're ready to go online with. So Scorpio, go deep, get right. You're good at transforming and transmuting things, Scorpio. So, I mean, if there's anybody that can do it, it would be you. Did y'all just see me juke the dog? Did y'all see me juke the animal? Do y'all have PETA on speed dial? Let me know. Dog, back sass. I won't tolerate it. Okay, so Sagittarius. What about our Sagittarius people? Oh, shit. Spill the card. Spill them all. Yeah, Sagittarius wants to speak. Oh, Sagittarius. Well, technically there's like 3 cards that came up, but we'll just take the first 2. Sagittarius, again, this is a reading yet again that's screaming a love reading. So if this is a Sagittarius that we have in here that don't care about love, then either this isn't your reading or you're going to have to apply it in a platonic way, because I'm seeing love. All right, Sagittarius, your partner perhaps is keeping something from you and you know it, but you don't know what it is, but you want them to come clean about it. And I think it's kind of escalated into a big deal, whether it is an actual big deal or not. Whether it's a big deal or not, it might not actually be a big deal, but it's like it's turned into that now, Sagittarius. So this indicates like a partner that you've been committed to, somebody, a commitment that you have had for quite some time. So this could be a long-term commitment, a long-term marriage, or something like that. But it's like they're not talking to you anymore, or perhaps you're not talking to them, but it's like they're holding something back, and you know that. You know that they're holding something back, and it's like you're just wanting them to kind of like just come all the way clean with it, because it's like you're aware of it, but it's not fully out yet. There's just something that's still a little bit hidden about it, but it's coming to clarity. I think it's something where it's like coming to clarity. One other thing that I think is interesting about this, there could be two very distinct things going on here. Two paths, two people, two directions. So I don't know if it's something where like you're having to decide. This could be a really big decision between two things. So are you having to decide between two different people? Are you being kind of hung up between a rock and a hard place? Are you trying to decide, if you're supposed to live in this place or that place, or take this job or that job? Or, I'm seeing two, because you see two towers on this card. You're seeing two people on this card. So there seems to also be a really big choice in between two very big options, two very separate, distinct paths. So also, if you are dealing with a Pisces, or it could also be a Cancer or a Gemini, Sagittarius, because they are showing up here in your reading as well. So that's Sagittarius. Now the cat is over here slapping the dog for me. That's fine. Still, Caroline, you saw that too. I swear to God, you're going to get dry kibble instead of wet food as your punishment. They're not, but I could so do that to you. I hold the power. I hold all the power. Okay, Capricorn. Let's see. What is Capricorn? Whoa, Shiza. Hello, Capricorn. You wanted to talk with multiple cards too. It's like a lot of y'all are wanting to talk with multiple cards. Okay, so we'll just, I'll make a brief of that. Okay. Just in case this is a love read for Capricorns, I can be very quick about this. If you are dealing with somebody who is not wanting to commit to you, you need to stay single, period. Okay? So for any Capricorns that are, especially if you're dealing with a Leo, Capricorn, don't touch it with a 10-foot bowl. Let it go. It's done. It's over. So, yeah, because they're not going to commit to you, and they could be also playing around on the side. Don't trust that shit. You good on your own. You're fine. Okay, so, but if it's not a love read, Capricorn, then I would say don't rush into something too haughtily. So rushing into a plan before you have it all figured out. Now, Capricorn is usually the type to have all their ducks in a row and stuff. Like when you're in your full Capricornian energy, you know this is what happens. It's regimented. It's laid out. But for some reason, this looks like something that you might just be, you're restless and you're uncomfortable and you're like, oh, screw it. Let's just do it already. No. Don't go too fast. Don't go too hard. That would end up kind of like screwing you up as well. So don't. And stay strong. Keep your wits about you is kind of the way I'm feeling. Stay in your energy and make sure that you're not slipping into something that's just reactionary. Okay, keep your wits about you. So that's our Capricorn people. Aquarius and poor Pisces is like, God, why do I have to be at the end? Okay, so Aquarius, y'all wanted to talk really loud. Y'all wanted to talk fast. Libra was trying to exit the chat. Aquarius was like, why wasn't I first in line? Aquarius, you have been working really, really hard on something. I can tell that right here, right now. You've been working really hard on something, putting all of your effort, all your time, your money, your resources perhaps into something. And it's like, this is something that perhaps you're at a point where you feel like you're done juggling it, perhaps. So is this a situation where you feel like you've put a lot more into something than somebody else has put into something? Because you're almost getting this feeling where it's like, I've been working so hard, or I've put so much time into it, but yet you almost have this feeling of like you want to drop it or you want to let it go. And I don't really know why that is. I do think y'all need to, okay. Yeah, it's overwhelming. There's something that could possibly be overwhelming or confusing about it. And there could be a lot of people that are like, perhaps in your head or shit talking it or being a little gossipy about it in a way that makes it not fun anymore or makes it not feel like it's worthwhile. I don't know, but you've definitely been putting the hard work into something, and perhaps you have been mastering it, and so it doesn't even feel like a struggle anymore. But I almost have a sense of wanting to like drop it and move on. It's kind of what I'm feeling. So, if that's helpful at all for Aquarius people. And then Pisces people. Oh, okay. Oh, Pisces. Okay, so that came out with 3 cards too, so I'll be kind of quick about it. Again, this is another card that looks like it's wanting to be a love read. I tend to love to read love. That's why this ends up happening. But perhaps, just maybe Pisces, you might be dealing with a Scorpio or dealing with something that like radically like rocked your world. It was a shock. it came out of left field. You didn't see it coming, and you're just like, whoa. And it can actually be a good thing in this situation. It could be a good thing that you're like, you didn't expect this to like something to come together. And it's like, wow, now everything kind of like leveled out and balanced out, or, you know, like there was actually good news or something that I could celebrate, you know, and it's like something actually kind of worked out and you were surprised by that. You didn't expect it to go well. But on the very other opposite end of that, it could also be a situation that did actually shock you and like unnerve you and made you feel shook in a not so positive way. But yet it's still something that whether you see it right now for what it is or not, it is something that is going to bring more balance to you. So sometimes when we are in a toxic situation with toxic people, places, or things, and we're like we're really attached to it, we don't want to let it go. It's like the universe almost has a way of like just being like, psych, take it, and you're like, oh fuck, you know, I don't have it anymore. But then after you get over the initial shock of that happening, then you realize that your life is kind of coming back into something that's more balanced and something that's more healthy. But it wouldn't have necessarily been something that was obvious at the very beginning. So I'm not 100% sure exactly how that could go for you. But that is me running my mouth as fast as I possibly can to get through 12 signs. So obviously, if I had more time, I could like, you know, go into it a little bit more in depth with us. Shoot, man, I chipmunked it. Motor mouth jabberjaw. I'm so sorry. Is this a sideshow? Is that what this
That was
is?
so good. No, that was so good and spot on. I mean, I'm looking at the comments as you go, and everybody's just loving it. And
Yeah, I don't have
a
time
lot
to
of
read
them are
comments.
like,
I'm so sorry.
no, I got you. Everybody thinks you're amazing. They really do.
Yeah, I hope so.
So
That'd be great.
you
Ego
guys
boost.
seriously go to her channel, subscribe. Everything's down in the description below. Oh my God. Excuse me. I'm just dying over here. I'm dying between
Did
you
you
and
drink more of your stuff? Try to drink and talk at the same time again?
the yeah, right.
Yeah.
Now, if you want, I got a couple minutes still. If you want to go feed the baby over there real quick and then come back, and then
Well,
we'll wrap it up.
I've actually I've hit my 6:30 is when my next thing's coming up, so I do have to head out now. So, but
Okay.
if you want to carry the team and keep the stream and like keep hanging on with your peeps, then by all
No,
means.
no, no,
But I gotta
no,
bounce.
no. We'll end it now. Just hang on with me for a second, real quick. But everybody, look. You see how great she is and how spot on she is. And I'm an Aries, so I got my read at the very beginnings and spot on. All right. So, all right, we're going to end this now, guys. Alma, if you don't mind, hang out for a couple seconds more. And thank you guys so much for coming by. And please go give Alma some love. Check out her channel. Subscribe. Do all that great stuff. Okay. If you want to get some readings, everything's in the description. All right. So we're going to end it now. Love you guys. Thank you so much for coming by. Y'all take care. Okay.
Yes. Thank y'all. Thank you for having me, Gary. Thanks for the idea.
Yeah, she was awesome. You're awesome.
Bye, lovely peoples of the interwebs.